Alright, so we got this 2005 Chevy Tahoe. That's my wife's. We went on a ride and we started getting a burning smell while we were driving. And now the blower motor doesn't work. So I think we had something burn out in here. Maybe the resistor. I think maybe the fan might have just drew too many amps or something and burnt it out. It doesn't work on any setting, so I'm leaning towards it's going to be the blower motor, if not the motor and the resistor. So let's pull this down. So we're going to take this shield here down. Obviously the blower motor's here, the resistor should be next to it, and then we'll see what our problem is. Alright, so a 7mm socket here. These nuts, or bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. One. Another one here. I can't get the screwdriver in there. There's another one over there. So we got one here, and another one over here. Another one right up in there in the back corner. Let's go get a ratchet. Oops, wrong way. Ooh, prizes. That should be that. So what we got here, got a resistor, we got a blower motor. Looks like that blower motor's been changed before. There's that. So that problem's gonna be one of them. Let's see if I can unplug the blower motor. So there's a little tab in the front. Here's that. So let me get the key, hook up a multimeter, see if I got power there. To the front. Not shoving it in there, I'm just kind of holding it. So we got 5 selections. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So I got a power. Ground. And probably 5 selections. Alright, so let's see if I can put this somewhere where we can both see. Probably won't happen, but let's give it a try. Alright, so I unplugged this plug here. and I turned it on. I'm getting no power out of that on any of the switch, on any of the settings. So I unplugged the blower motor resistor. I did notice that right there, that third one in, that is the ground pin. It does look melted. So I'm not getting a very good connection with that. But I did check the fuse. Fuse is good. I checked for power here. So we got a big fat red one. It's number 1. And then we got our big fat black one. That's ground. And I'm getting 11.6 volts. I have to take my word for it because I don't have enough. Maybe I can get Joe here. In there. Alright, just take my word for it. I'm getting 12 volts on those two. But this ground one here is kind of finicky. It doesn't like to make contact very well. I'm not shoving the pins in there. I'm actually going on the back side of the springy part of the terminal. So I'm not shoving it into where it actually makes contact. It's the other end. Can I get that to make contact enough to show you? Or maybe I can put this in here with that too. Can you see that? Alright, good enough. So, there's that. I'm going to have to change this connector, or at least this end here where the ground terminal is, because that's probably what my problem is that ground terminal. So I'm going to go on ground, find some of these selections. So what do I got this on? I got this on 3. Let's go down to 0. That's probably not going to show me anything. So number 1, I got nothing. 2, nothing. 3, nothing. 4, nothing. 5, nothing. Here we got power there. Okay, let's go. Setting number 1. I don't know what you can see. Setting number 1, we are, I believe it's going to be the tan one. No, second one. So we got 12 volts there. Setting number 1. Let's go number 2. So the first one is going to give us power on setting 2. Setting 1 is no longer there. Setting 3, probably be this one. No. That one. Setting 3. 4 is, that's 4. 4 is the third one. 5 is probably going to be this last one. I can do it without shortening it. I should just try to back probe it, but it's so much better to fight it. There we go, 12. So I'm getting what I need on all of them. So the switch up there is functioning down to here. So like I say, I'm pretty sure my problem is going to be that plug right there, and that terminal. Looks like it's kind of melted up in there too. So I'm probably going to have to swap out this and do something about this. What I'm probably going to do as well is change the blower motor, because if we're melting terminals here, I guess it could either be a bad connection on this plug that made that melt, or it could be the blower motor is actually drawing too many amps and that is causing that to melt. But it was working. And we kind of started smelling a melty smell. Melty smell. I got the problem with this. So let me see, plug this back in. See if maybe we get anything now. Turn that on to number 1. This 1 is the loneliest number. And we'll come in here and we are now getting 11.6 volts. 1.64. Which I don't know if that's correct. I think it should be lower. Maybe it's just putting less amperage out. I don't know if it's... So let me plug this back in. See if we're getting anything. Blowing now. So now we're not blowing. Now we're blowing. So the problem definitely is here in this connection. So we can fix that. I'll probably just get a new resistor and then the plug. And I may just change the blower motor as well, just to rule it out. Because I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that's drawing too many amps and causing that problem where it's melting that ground. So here's the manual that I'm looking at. It's Haynes 99 through 2006. Now this says typical 99 premium models, and this is the style it has. Most of these colors line up, and it comes off of the switch here. It's not purple. It does have a black to the motor. So this is the one that's closer to this setup. This is an 05, which is kind of weird. This is typical 99. But this is a rear, typical 2000 and later SUV front. And basically it says it all goes into front HVAC control module, which this is not how this one works. Rear HVAC logic module, but none of these colors are correct with what I have, except for the ground. I don't think there's a serial data class 2 or serial data lines in it. This says the blower motor assembly has logic, and this one doesn't. So unfortunately, I mean, I figured it out with what I had, but unfortunately this isn't a very well written book. 99 base models, 2000 and later issue. That's power door locks. Yeah, I mean, basically 99, that style is what I have here. I don't know, but anyway, close enough. So here's my problem. It's the resistor and then that plug. Alright, I can amp clamp up to it. It's at 20 amps, 100 millivolts per amp. I am at 7.9 millivolts, or 700 millivolts. So 1.54, so I'm running what, 15 amps? 10 millivolts per amp. Yeah, so I was running 15 amps on that blower. I don't know if that's... blower fuse was 40 amps, but I don't know if that's still on both blowers. Yeah, 15 to 16. I gotta look and see what's normal for this. I might check my other truck and see what I'm getting on that one, so I can kind of see if this is high or not. Alright, so I'm gonna swap out this motor. Unplugged it, and then right there, you see a little tab. You can pull that tab down and rotate this, what's that, counterclockwise, and then that should just drop right out. Like so. This actually doesn't seem too old. Dang that. It's got stuck. So let's see if that'll just go up in there. Yeah, it does. Nah, this one's got a plug on it, not like the other one that plugged in the back, so this will just get routed around and plugged into here. So I'll pull this off again. Okay. So you might have gotten by with just changing this pin that was melted in there, or the connector, but I don't know if you can see, but it is kind of starting to melt on that same pin inside there, and get a little rust and stuff here. So I'm just going to swap this out. So here's the part number for my blower motor. What is it? That was a resistor that I got, and this is the connector that I got. I got a new connector here. I'll probably take this out and replace the ones that are actually bad. I think the power and the ground didn't look great. I mean, obviously the ground was melting, and the power looked a little corroded too. Here's this. Let's see if we can see if we can just get this apart. I get this wire holder piece out. one. Take that and stab it in my finger. Good. Got it. So, yeah. No, that's out. So that melty piece didn't have any help anything. So basically all these are good. This one power one looks a little corroded. So like I said, I'm probably just going to cut out this one and just repin the rest of these into the new connector. If I can just pull them all out. So what we got to do is go down through the top here and push the little tab down and then pull the wire out. So I got one of these sets of D-pinning things, and they don't work great, but they kind of work. So you're gonna push it down there on the top through that little groove and depress the little tab. Hope you get it just right, because these things really aren't thick enough. There. That pulls out. So basically what you got to do is you have to slide it down there and depress that little tab so it comes out. So I'm going to depin these. I'm going to depin this. And then I'm going to put the new plug back together with this one. And I'm going to leave the E and the F for the power and the ground. And I'm just going to plug these back in to this guy, because I didn't really have any problems with this. I might take and kind of, while I have it apart, reach into here and bend this little tab down, the part that puts pressure, the little spring inside that hole there. If I bend it back down, then it'll apply better pressure. Like I said, I don't really think that's a problem, but I'll do that while I have the terminals out. So I had a couple of these out. I don't want to lose track of where they go, so I'm just going to start kind of pinning them. So I came under here and I bent this down a little bit to make a better contact. Like I say, I didn't really have a problem with that, but I am just to tighten it up. And I pulled this up a little bit because this is what hooks inside here, just to make sure that it hooks inside there well. And you'll hear it click. The second one. Is that one. And like I say, we'll just keep going along and pulling these out. There's that guy. I come here, bend this up a little bit, get in there and bend that down a little bit. Come over here, and we'll plug it in. We'll just keep continuing on. Alright, so I'm going to this first black one, the ground. Pick a spot in the middle, I guess. And cut that. Set this up out of the way. So, I don't know if you've seen me use this at work, but I got one of these. It's a Mac one, I believe, and they were going for like $40 used on eBay. This one was like $12 to $15. Same exact thing. So, if you're looking for something like that, you can definitely find them a little cheaper. I try to strip these so the terminal goes about halfway. Not the terminal, but the wire will go about halfway in there. There's that. The ones that come with this, the butt connectors that come with this plug are huge. They're for like 10 gauge wire, and they're just really too big, if you ask me. That one in. I just got this red one. Yeah, that red one's kind of a, I mean, it's not horrible. It's starting to get a little, starting to tarnish. So I'm just gonna put the new one on too, the red one. Tug on them, make sure they're tight. And shrink the top half. We'll get some tape. We'll tape these up. I'm gonna try to tape it so the butt connectors aren't next to each other, just in case we get some melt through or something. I've seen a review on this connector, and they said that I got it from Advance Auto. And the review on the connector stated that the butt connectors were terrible, and that when they went to turn the motor on, or the heater on, it burned the insulation or the heat shrink right off of the butt connectors instantly. So I thought, well, that's interesting. You'd have to take an awful lot of heat to burn that off right away like that. So I don't know what was going on with their setup. There, that blower motor was drawing some serious amperage. But they said that it burnt the heat shrink right off, right down to the metal, almost right away. So I don't know why it would do that, but that's what they said. Sure. Oops, forgot to put the little comb back in. Back in. Good. Good to go. Ready, set. There's that. Put this in over here. Put my amp clamp back on. You can see how much amperage we're drawing. Verify if it was a problem or not. Let's see. 0.9, 5, 850. That new one draws more. Actually, it's spinning a lot faster too. Percent honest, it sounds kind of annoyingly loud. Let's kind of tuck this back up. Let's see if quiets down a bit. Well, at least I know now that that blower was good. I didn't really have a blower spec or amperage draw, but I just keep the other one. I don't want to put it in there and then have it be the blower burns it out again. But so we got an extra. I don't think it was that much. But now you know. I'm sure probably plenty of people out there that knew that 15 was an alright blower motor. Amperage draw. It didn't seem too out of the realm of what was possible, considering it had a 30 amp or a 40 amp breaker in there. Well, not breaker, but it had a 40 amp fuse. That didn't seem like 15 amps should have been too much, but like I say, I wasn't sure, so I gave it a try. It's just one of those things. I swapped the part. I didn't have to, but it's my vehicle, so no big deal. Anyway, so that's how you change that and how I diagnosed that. There are other ones that are more complicated. Obviously this one wasn't one of them. So anyway, hope that can help somebody. Thanks for watching.